Well, there he is, Gino Edouard Carpentier. What can you say? I've used the expression so many times. He is definitely a legend in his own time. And they're fighting against a couple of gentlemen with, although gentlemen I use loosely, with the international tag team belts around their waists, as large as they may be. And this should be a very interesting fight.
Well, Bob, as you know, that they've won those belts from Raymond and Jacques Rougeau a while back. We commentated on that. And now he teamed up with Edouard Carpentier. Edouard Carpentier, in wrestling circles, amongst friends, we call him the Gordie Howe of wrestling, because he lasts and lasts, and it's still good quality wrestling that he puts out. So it should be a very interesting match. I think that Rougeau might have a grudge against White and Valentine, and probably, give him back some of the dirty things that they did to his brother.
Well, we remember, and folks who saw the fight between the Rougeaus and Sailor White and Valentine will remember it was a very controversial fight, so indeed there has to be, as far as Ray is concerned, just a little bit of bitterness, and you can be sure he's all there. And of course, let's not take anything away from White and Valentine. They don't want to lose those belts.
They don't, and they also have an ace in the hole in Tarzan Tyler, because he's been guiding them all along. And let's face it, the man has been in wrestling for over 30 years. He knows everything about wrestling, and he's brought them all the way from nothing to a championship caliber. As a matter of fact, they have won the belts in the shortest of time that I can think of any team has won in the past 3-4 years.
All right, well, the action is underway.
Ooh, what a backdrop now that Rougeau, he hits him with a perfect drop kick right on the chin, and a second one.
All right, Ray Rougeau is here to fight. And there goes Valentine.
I think that's very good psychology to hit him like that from the start. Now he tags out and he lets Edward come in. No, not yet.
You know that Valentine is now out there just recuperating a bit and saying what happened, I guess, probably more than anything else. I want to talk about Edouard Carpentier just for a second, Gino. He's a legend I've mentioned in his own time. You've mentioned the fact he's a Gordie Howe of wrestling. What keeps this man going at such an incredible peak for so many years?
Well, the answer, we might not know the answer, only he knows, but one thing for sure, he works out every day because he's got that wrestling school, and he works out with at least, he's got 20 or so students, and it keeps him, he says it keeps him fit, and he'll wrestle as long as he can put out, as long as he can give an honest day's work in that ring, and that's what he wants to do. He says age is only a number, and you can see that he still has that good pair of arms, and he's still very agile for his age.
Well, we're ringside, and we can hear a lot more than you can at home. Valentine was taunting Carpentier, saying, "Come here, old man, got on in here." And there's Carpentier in there, and there's Valentine out. So let's watch this and see what happens. Sailor White, that's what's happening. The Moondog. There's a frightening guy to meet, Gino.
Yes, I mean, he's not the type of guy you want to meet in down a hallway or something. He's big, 300-pounder, and he looks mean. Only his tattoos would scare most people.
That's right. Imagine tattoos on the calves of your legs. He's got them everywhere. Well, Carpentier's got a pair of arms, and Moondog knows it now. At play here, International Tag Team Championship belts, and you know that Valentine, here he comes to the tag, and there's Carpentier right back.
Right back with that headlock. They've got control of the match so far, but don't count out Valentine and White.
I guess Ray Rougeau knows that more than anybody, in recent history anyway. All right. Edouard Carpentier showing that he still has a lot of the athletic ability and speed that he's had for decades. I can use that expression.
Right. He still moves very good, and as we will see, I'm sure once he'll really get warmed up, he'll probably show us some of his famous moves that he's made famous over the past 20 years.
Incidentally, the referee in this match is one of the referees you speak very highly of, Gino, and certainly one of the better referees in the circuit today.
Well, yes, Adrien Desbois, And the reason I speak highly of him, because even a big man like Sailor White, as you can see, will not make him back down from his decision. He'll talk to him face to face. He knows he's the boss in that ring, and you have to respect him.
Well, Rick Valentine has slipped under the cords away from Edouard Carpentier. Trying to get a break from that headlock, because you know, we've mentioned many, many times, get a fellow like Carpentier holding your head for a few minutes and you go buzzy after a while.
That's right, and you see Tarzan Tyler tells his man, take it easy. It might not be interesting for the people watching, but they're waiting for the right time to make their move. Plus, going out of the ring like that, they recuperate, and they come back, and they're ready to go again.
Ring announcer has announced that this particular match has already lasted 5 minutes. Carpentier in a bit of pain.
Can't seem to get away yet. Oh, yes, he does. Nice maneuver. Took him down beautifully.
You can tell whose side the crowd is on. They love this man, Edouard Carpentier.
Now, you've just seen a move that I wish all young wrestlers would look at and try to do. Nice moves, counter moves. Took him off balance completely, and there was a 300-pounder, 275-pounder Valentine laying on his back.
Valentine trying to get out of this hole by pulling Carpentier's hair. Didn't work, though. Referee was right there. It's fun to hear the words of encouragement and coaching that you hear ringside, especially when Tarzan Tyler is there.
Well, sure. I mean, you try to keep their spirits up, you know, tell them you got them, keep moving, this and that. He's doing a good job. He's done it with Tonga. He's done it with White, Valentine, a few others. I wonder how much of their paycheck, though, he takes home.
They probably think too much. Maybe he does. Sailor White being taunted by the crowd. Now Valentine picking up Carpentier, slams him down.
Very hard.
That's hard on your back. Look at him.
I figured Carpentier would get out of there as soon as he seen him come. There he goes with that mule kick of his. That's one of his moves. An uppercut.
Whoop, wrong corner.
Oh, did Rougeau nail him good that time? There he goes, punch to the stomach. And that double karate chop, and he's got that Valentine down. Beautiful maneuver.
There's Sailor White in there illegally, of course, chopping away at Carpentier.
How many kicks will he give him?
Rougeau with a lot of anger. You know, he's still very, very angry about losing that belt.
Right. I'm surprised that he's that calm, as a matter of fact, Bob.
Look out, Carpentier taking a terrible beating now.
You see why I always advocate 2 referees? You see what happens there? While one referee is busy with Rougeau, it gives a chance for the other 2 guys to really pummel Carpentier.
Well, Carpentier has to be in a bit of difficulty now. He's taken, I don't know, 20, 30 kicks from Sailor White. And he's over 300 pounds. So Carpentier would love to get to that corner to tag up with Ray Rougeau. There's an irate young fan. Edouard Carpentier, I think, popular just about anywhere he wrestles, you know.
Yes, you could see when he walked into the ring, he had some kind of an ovation. And people hadn't seen him in a long time, and they're glad to see him.
A classic example here of a man who can wrestle against a couple of fellows who will do anything to win. Valentine down on Carpentier, and now he is very shaken up.
Back with that nerve hole again. That hole is kind of, it's not a sleeper hole, but it does the same effect. What you do, you try to stop the flow of blood to the brain. By doing that, your opponent gets dizzy, and then you can, you have an advantage on him. I don't think it'll work too well on Carpentier here because he's very muscled up in the neck area, and you can see that although he feels some pain, he still can fight it off.
Must ask Edouard Carpentier one day what size shirt color he takes. He's got an incredibly huge neck. Sailor, the Moondog White, working on that same type of hold, really.
Right.
Carpentier in a fair amount of pain. He has taken a punishment. Quite a beating in the last 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes even.
I'm not going to count him out yet, Bob.
No, he's been around. He's been there before.
He's wrestled from way back from the days he was wrestling Lada Killer Kowalski and the Donnelly O'Johnsons. And he survived them all, and he's still wrestling today. He's had some of the best matches that Montrealers and all Quebec ever saw.
Carpentier trying to push Moondog over into the corner. He does, and he tags up. I don't think the referee saw the tag. No, he didn't.
That's too bad, because
he didn't.
That was a clean tag. Ray Rougeau should be in there right now.
Here you go again, Gino, with your concept of having 2 referees. They should have somebody over there in that corner, because Carpentier is being choked by both White and Valentine.
I think the referee now should know what's going on in the other corner from the roar of the crowd and all that.
Carpentier being, look at this, being almost choked. He is being choked.
He is being choked by the rope. Sailor White has got the rope around his neck. That is vicious, Bob. Very vicious.
Just a little bit crazy here. Moondog White, who will do anything to win a fight, is choking Edouard Carpentier. And of course now you can't see the rope. He's got it hidden. Look at this. Carpentier in a bit of difficulty. I'm almost sorry now I've mentioned this referee is one of the best in the circuit, although he is. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but he's missed a few things tonight.
There's just so, yeah, he is missing a few things, and there's just so much he can do.
Ray Rougeau would love to get back in there. The Moondog picking up Carpentier.
Picked him up so easy. He's going for a big power slam, Bob. Now that's 300 pounds coming up on top of you as he slams you down to the mat.
I think Ray Rougeau may have saved the match right there.
Good move by Ray Rougeau.
Again, Carpentier being picked up by Moondog. And a backbreaker. Boy, that has to smart. And again, Rougeau meets that boot in.
2 saves that Rougeau made on Carpentier so far.
Well, Carpentier is dizzy, and he is hurting.
Well, that's what a tag team partner is for. When you're in trouble, he's got to be in there to help you out.
Well, team of Valentine and White have had a lot of opportunity to change, so you know they're a lot fresher, of course, than Carpentier, who's being punished now for the last, I don't know how many minutes.
It's been a while now. Oh, nice move.
Into the post.
Right into the post. If I were Carpentier, I would tag out right now.
He probably wants to get a punch or two, and he does.
You in, and he's going to do that famous flip off a stop rope. I wonder. Now that's an incredible move for a man his age, and he comes
back with a mule kick, and now he tags
Rougeau.
Look out! Here's Ray, and he is mad.
He's all fired up right now, Bob. He's going to town.
Ray Rougeau, Valentine into the turnbuckle. Sailor White trying to come in. He does.
Rougeau's got control now.
Look at this.
Big backdrop.
You see that ring almost collapsed with Sailor White. Now Ray Rougeau punishing Valentine.
Takes him over. Covers him for the count. 1, 2. Valentine kicks out.
Still some life left in Valentine. He's not
there
ready
is. That's for sure. The sleeper. He's got him in the... Now this is a finish, Bob. Unless...
Shades of the last fight. Look at Sailor White up there.
It can't happen again, can it? No.
No. Not this time, says Rougeau.
Oh. Going to town now.
Well, there's pandemonium now in the ring, let me tell you.
Carpentier goes over the top rope. Over the top rope. And here comes Rougeau. Oh, solid punches to the jaw. There you see Sailor on the outside of the ring.